Hello, today we're discussing why it is that photographers on YouTube hate this sort of video. It's not the specific one, this is a video about those. It's a bit like the tribute song. Now, a lot of YouTube, for right or wrong, is going down the shorts route. It's going down the instant dopamine hit. It's going for the quick fix. And that is great. That is great. It is great if you can sit in bed and scroll videos. I personally am a massive fan of shorts. Not for photography. I like watching people fall over. Don't judge me. There's probably something psychologically wrong with me. But sort of slapstick comedy, it just does it for me. I'm just a very basic boy. But what we're talking about here is photography. And this video is brought about by some comments I received recently. And I thought they're really interesting because at first I was like, oh, well, you're a bit of a... And then I thought about it a little bit more. And I want to discuss with you why it is that particular types of videos, and I'd go as far as saying the most important types of videos, are ignored on YouTube. Whereas as somebody going, I'm going to approach strangers on the street and ask them to take their portrait, becomes viral. Now, the biggest factor in this, the big one, comes from a saying, emulate the process, don't emulate the result. So let's break this down a little bit. Emulate the process, not the result. If we look at the videos that do really well, it's people giving you the result. It's people going, well, here's what you get. Here's what you have. Here's an easy way to do it. And the reason that this video is brought about is because someone's like, we've got a lot of word salad going on there, Scott, but no actual facts, no actual information. You're just talking. And throughout your career, these things change. So when you're starting out, you want to get the results. You want to get the results. And because of the lovely Dunning-Kruger effect, which I've done a video on up here somewhere, there's no way I'm going to remember to put this in, is there? Up here somewhere. You think you've achieved the result. You cannot tell that your result is not really the result that the other person got. You think it's the same. You've done all the things. You've got all the set up. You've got the light in the right place. The camera settings are correct. Everything is there. You think you've done it, but you've not. What you've done there is you've emulated the result. Now, what really matters in photography, think of it in the long term, the big picture, not the let me learn something on a 10-minute video and then go and do this, is the process. The process is what matters. This is a process-built profession. I mean, when you think about it, the fact that I can put a video out there which takes 10 minutes for you to watch explaining something that I spent 15 years learning, it's ludicrous. What I'm actually doing is offering one, entertainment, and two, a quick fix. It's not me teaching you the whole thing. That takes years and years and years. And it is because of the process. Yes, I can give you the nuts and bolts of what to do, but you then need to follow that up for years and years and years, running that process. And here's why you will refuse to do it. Here's why people will not do it. And the first one is called the power of the problem. Now, this is part of a psychological study, much like the Dunning-Kruger effect. And there's kind of two parts to it. I'm going to grossly oversimplify this, which is kind of the problem and the point of this video, but I'm going to be part of the problem. Why not? Why not join in? You will not take advice from people that you see yourself as being above. I'm guilty of this, you're guilty of this. And being above them can be many things. It could be that you're older than them, so why would you listen to a young person? It could be that your social status is bigger than theirs, or it could be that you have a higher position in the job. If my assistant turns around and says, why don't you do this? Chances are I won't listen to them. If my mentor says it, I probably will. And that is the first part of this. That's why a lot of people, don't listen to things. You might go and watch a Peter McKinnon video and go, well, he's not a photographer, he's a YouTuber. I won't listen to him. Or you might watch a Peter McKinnon video and go, wow, he's amazing. I will listen to him. It's just one of those things that happens. There's very little you can do about it apart from try to be self-aware. But of course, by the time you've realised you've ignored someone for the wrong reasons, it's kind of too late. And the other part of this one is that accepting information, especially when it contradicts your belief system, means admitting that you are wrong. And people don't like that. I don't like that. You don't like that. This is not just like a you don't like it thing. I am also part of this. We all are. Nobody likes to admit they're wrong. For whatever reason it is, whatever sort of narcissistic traits we have within there, we don't like to be wrong. We don't like our belief systems to be challenged. That's why, if you're into this channel, you're probably very into it and you watch it and you don't watch other channels because our belief systems match up and it's much easier for you to hear something you like. Same with me when I scroll through Instagram, I go, wow, isn't this amazing? Everything looks great. But it's just an echo chamber. All we do when we look online is see what we already believe. The newspapers you read them because they agree with your viewpoints. I've recently had to start reading the Daily Mail, which is like the polar opposite to my belief system. just to kind of broaden my horizons as to what other people think, how other people feel, rather than just going, well, quite enjoy reading the Times, this is spiffing. So there's that element of it as well. Now the final bit, the dumbing down, the reason why YouTube photographers don't like to watch particular types of videos is because of this dumbing down effect. So take all that into consideration. Imagine that people are already, they have bias. They don't like to be told what they don't already agree with. They don't like to be told something by someone they see as not on their status or their standing. They don't like to have the process given to them. They want the result. And then with the dumbing down and everything, with shorts, quick fixes, and low effort, high reward type videos, it builds this huge chasm of photographers on YouTube who are really just giving each other high fives. And that comes from the creator right through to the viewer. It's just a whole microclimate of photographers out there going, I'm great, you're great, we're all great together, this is what we like, and not actually progressing, which is fine. If you're happy with that, that is great. But the problem is I fell into this trap. I fell into it. And because I fell into this trap, I wasted years of my life trying to be something that didn't exist. Trying to do something which wasn't going to help me. I was learning all of these camera lighting setups, all of these modifier uses, all of this stuff that I thought was important because I was being told, here's what you need to do to be a pro. And I was chasing a career path which just didn't exist. And all of this stuff is just a huge misinformation on the internet. And because of this huge misinformation, you then have people going, well, no, you're wrong by saying that the career path is like this, or you're wrong by saying you need to do these things, because the majority of people are consuming the misinformation because the way that the internet works is it's quick dopamine hits, quick fixes, and nobody actually wants to spend the time to learn the craft. Add to that even if they did want to spend the time learning the craft, it's so difficult to find the correct information and to get out of that lane. So what's the solution to this? Well, I don't know. I honestly don't know. The internet was supposed to be this great thing where information is shared for free. It's brilliant. I love sharing information with you. I love having information shared with me. But finding good information is a real skill. And one of the best things I learned at university throughout my degree and masters was the ability to research, the ability to find the right information and understanding the source and being able to decipher where that source sits in the world, what the pros and cons of the source of information I'm getting is. And that to me was the best part of university. But not everyone has the benefit of learning that. And even within my university degree courses, not everyone picked it up. Not everyone really got it. So the answer is I don't know. I don't know how we get past this. I don't know how we get past this short dopamine hit sort of learning, because it's definitely heading that way. And you'll notice I've started putting out shorts. You've got to play the game. And I've become part of the problem, and I'm not sure how I morally and ethically feel about it, but there I am in that. And I don't know how it's going to change. It just seems like everything's becoming more and more dumbed down. And I'd like to know from you in the comments, what is it you like to consume? How is it you like to consume? What do you want to see in photography? What is it that you want to get from YouTube? And how do you see this problem being fixed? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your views. I read all the comments. I click that little thing so you can see that I've liked it when I've read it. I don't always reply because there's too many comments and one of me, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.